Hi, I'm Brent Crawford and welcome to another edition of Epi TV here at Kerry as what only can be said an Indian summer in Victoria. Well, let's start off with Golden Slipper news, and we can announce that Jabali, trained by Mick Price and of course owned by EPI, has drawn Barrier 1 in this Saturday's Tooheys Golden Slipper, the most successful barrier in the history of the Golden Slipper. 7 of the last 20 winners. I'm joined by Mitch Roach, and Mitch, it's just great news.
Oh, sensational news, Brent. Couldn't be happier. You know, you say 7 of the last 20 winners. Not only that, 3 of the last 4, including Overreach, Piero and Crystal Lily, all jumped from Barrier 1, so exciting.
It certainly is. Mitch, let's talk about Jabali. Face value, he was disappointing in the Tobin Slipper, but look, we're getting on to, a better track on Saturday. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it was the track, Brent. He's done well in the week since. We sort of thought we'd play it by ear after the run on Saturday. It was a bit disappointing. He did finish 4.5 lengths behind the winner, but he's since thrived through the week. He's put on weight. He looks great in himself. He's bucking his brand off, and we've got to give him a chance, Brent, because...
Yeah, we certainly do, Mitch, and I think one thing we know with Melbourne horses going to Sydney, once they've had that one run going the other way of going, it certainly helps.
Oh, they improved tenfold for it, Brent, and going off his Blue Diamond form, he's beaten a length by Earthquake, and he's, finished closest to her, and he's bang on form, so you've got to take your chance in a $3 million race.
As you said, look, if you take out his last run and go on his previous form, he'd be one of the favourites.
Indeed, Brent, he'll be right up there in the market. You'll be able to get a price about him. Well, sorry, he should be up there in the market, but we'll be able to get a decent price about him, and he should run a race from Barrier 1, and hopefully the stats stack up.
Absolutely. Well, that's Jabali heading to this Saturday's $3.5 million Tooheys Golden Slipper. As mentioned, our other Melbourne Cup aspirant, Veluda, of course, runs in this Saturday's $2 million BMW Stakes at Rosehill. Well, Mitch, last week we had a lot of rain in Sydney, which made the track a slow 7. It would certainly help her chances if the track was rain affected this week, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, Brent. She doesn't necessarily need it wet, though. Obviously, it's going to help her chances. She's proven over in Ireland. She loved getting the toe in, and ideal track conditions would be sort of your dead to slow range for her.
I think the 2400 will suit her down to the ground.
Yeah, it should. As she steps up in trip, the better she's going to go. So she ran a cracking race over 2000 in the Australia Cup on a firm surface. So she goes up to Sydney on Wednesday, and she should be very tough to beat there in the BMW.
Have we got a rider booked as yet?
Yeah, we've got Glenn Bossel ride, Brent. She's in great fettle. He rode her in a track gallop at Moonee Valley last weekend, and he hopped off raving about her. So she'll be up against it this weekend. It's arguably the best race across the carnival, Brent. Your likes of your Green Moons, your Murions, your proven Melbourne Cup horses, and then your up-and-comers, your Fiorente, last year's Melbourne Cup winner. Silent Achiever, it's a done deal. She's going to have a work cut out, but jockey and trainer are very confident, and we should go there with a great each-way chance. Yeah,
it's certainly going to be a cracking race. That's the BMW over 2,400 metres at Rosehill on Saturday. Of course, EPI will be cheering for Veluda. Well, Mitch, in international news, we touched on Moment in Time running in last Saturday's Dubai Gold Cup. She was outstanding.
Oh, she was fantastic, Brent. She finished 4th. She was only beaten 2 lengths, and really the heart got fluttering about the furlong. She hit the front, and we thought she was home.
Now, from what I understand, she's now coming out to Australia for the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, she will, Brent. She ran over there in the Gold Cup over 3,200, which is obviously the Melbourne Cup distance. She never really sort of got in. She was caught 3 wide. She over-raced for 1,000 metres. She had plenty go against her, and to have the tenacity to sort of hit the front there and then sort of just hold on and only get run over sort of the last 100, she'll go very well over here in Australia in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, she was very, very brave. So that's great news for EPI with another possible runner for the 2014 Melbourne Cup in Moment in Time. Mitch, in other news this Saturday, Order of the Sun heads to the Tulloch Stakes, I believe.
You're right, Brent. He'll back up. He ran in the Rosehill Guineas last weekend, and whilst finishing down the field, he's eaten well and thrived since the run. So we think, the extra 2,000 metres going ahead to the Derby will be good for him. Yeah, look, having 3 runners on Golden Slipper Day is pretty important, and as we know, the Gay Waterhouse horses, they do back up well, don't they? Yeah, Gay Waterhouse horses always back up well. They always run well. She has them rock hard fit, and they're hard running types. And 3 runners on a Saturday at any time's good, but 3 runners on Slipper Days, 2 Group 1s and a Group 2 is sensational for the farm.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. That's great news for EPI now, having 3 runners on Tooheys Golden Slipper Day. Welcome to another edition of EPI TV. I'm Brent Crawford here at Smithfield, joined by the yearling manager, Jenny Saunders. Well, Jenny, you've been here for 10 years now at Eliza Park International, so things must be going very well for you.
Yes, they are, Brent. I'm really enjoying myself. I started at the main farm and then moved up to Smithfield 6 years ago.
Jenny, an important job being yearling manager here at EPI. You're coming off a very successful Melbourne sale. You must have been pleased.
Yeah, we were absolutely ecstatic with the sale. We had some great results, including Exceeding Excel colt, which was actually born and bred and raised on the farm, which is fantastic.
Jenny, let's talk about you. Of course, English accenter, born in the UK. When did you move to Australia?
Yep, I was born in Gloucestershire. I moved over in October 2004, so it'll be 10 years this year. Decided only to come over for 6 months, and here I am 9 years later.
So how did you get involved in the thoroughbred industry?
It actually started with my mother, who's not into the horses, but got me a job at our local stud called Oak Grove.
And did you able to lead horses when you moved there, or was it like just, go from the start?
Yeah, I've had horses all my life, but it was very new to me with the thoroughbreds, especially with the weanlings and yearlings.
I understand that you are a bit of a venter as well, I've been told.
Yes, I did a lot of it while I was in England, and I've got a couple of competition horses here. When I find the time, I like to go out on my weekends.
So is that a good pastime for you, eventing? Like that's what you enjoy doing on the weekends outside of work hours?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I get to let my hair down, enjoy my own horses, my own time, and it's always great when you come away with a ribbon.
Jenny, the Tattersall sales in the UK is the equivalent of our Australian Easter yearling sale. How was that for you?
Yeah, that was great. I went there for a few years with Oak Grove Stud, and then I did it freelance for a few other studs, which was great to keep me involved with the industry in England, because it's always something you can learn from different countries.
And Jenny, you are a bit of a jack of all trades too. I understand you can pull a beer behind a bar.
Yeah, that's correct, Brand. On my weekends, I work in the local pub in Murchison. It's good to get to know the locals, and I really do enjoy it.
No rest for the wicked.
Absolutely not.
No worries. Well, Jenny, thanks for having a chat. The best of luck with EPI, the best of luck with the Australian Easter yearling sales, and good luck.
Thank you, Brent.
And that's Jenny Saunders, yearling manager here at EPI.